Hey love, this is Valerie Love. So in this video I'm going to teach you how to cast a very powerful spell on yourself. You never, ever, ever have to cast another spell on anyone or anything else outside yourself. Never. If you learn to cast spells on yourself for what you desire, it will have an inner shift, and that inner shift will change all the circumstances of your life. Trust that. That's the kind of witch and alchemist I am. I don't do a whole lot of spells on outer stuff. I just don't. That's my path. Everybody has to choose their own path. My spells are done on me because I am the problem. Anytime there's something out of order in my life, I'm the problem. Once you get that, something's out of order in my life, it means it's out of order in here, in my consciousness. And it's for me to get my consciousness in order. And once I get my consciousness in order, that thing turns itself around. It rights itself. Trust that. So here's the story. You know I love telling stories. Here's the story. So I was in school, Intervisions Institute for Spiritual Development. Yay! Go mama. And Mama Ia said to me that she gave me an opportunity to recreate the third year of Intervisions. And what that means is, in short, is if you didn't, as a student, if I didn't gain all that I needed to gain and make the necessary transformation or master what was to be mastered in the third year of my studies at Intervisions out of 4 years, then I get to do it again. That's a gift. So it was very emotionally painful. Very, very emotionally painful. Very emotionally painful because I wanted to move forward with my class. I wanted to do it my way. And God had a different way. So when I was presented with God's way of doing it, at first, what really was going on was that the God in me was aligning the human me, and the human me didn't like it. And the God in me held fast and won, as always happens. What else could happen but the God in you win? You know, our arms are too short to box with God, but we still try. So in the whole process of third and fourth year, and eventually some things shifted in me and a change occurred. And I was able to continue my studies as was divinely ordained. I didn't plan it. I'm living the life of God. This life that I'm living is the life of God. And the best I can do on any given day is get out the freaking way. And that's the same thing with your life. This life you're living is the life of God. So whatever this life you're living presents you with, go with it. Don't fight it. Go with it. Because you are just going to hurt yourself if you fight it. And who would hurt themselves on purpose? So here was the core issue for me. It was an issue that in my third year of Intervisions, actually the fourth year of Intervisions, in my fourth year of Intervisions, this was after the opportunity, and I got myself together the way I needed to. God got me together, let me say that. I didn't get myself together because I cannot get myself together. I'm clear on that. God got me together, and I moved forward. When I was in the fourth year, I was confronted with the opportunity, once again presented, not confronted. I was presented the opportunity to come into integrity. Do you see that? On the back of the card that I chose this, my soul chose this in a process that we did in the fourth year, and I won't reveal that. You got to go and find out for yourself. And on the back of my card is my totem. the butterfly is one of my animal totems in this life. There is the elephant for me. Where's my elephant? Okay. I didn't bring my elephant here. But I never have an elephant very far from me, and I never have a butterfly very far from me, because this is my totem in my life, in this life. Two of my animal totems. The strongest animal totems, the most powerful animal totems. There are more. These two are the main, these are the biggies. The butterfly and the elephant for me. So you get to find out about your animal totems. If you don't know what your animal totems are, ask. Because part of this spell that you're going to cast on yourself requires support from the animal kingdom. Now, before I go further, let's talk about kingdoms, shall we? And this is sort of a blanket call for support from the kingdoms as a living witch. So as a living witch and as a magical being, or even if you're not a witch, if you're a magical being and you would just love the support and help of different kingdoms other than the human kingdom, you can call and ask for all their support and help. So one day I was sitting in my home and I was just in a way and I wasn't happy about it. And I said, what can I do about this? And the angel said, you can get help for this if you want to. And I said, really? Well, what kind of help can I get for this? Because, me and the angels, we have these conversations. Well, what kind of help can I get for this? And they said, well, you can ask for help from many kingdoms. There's the gnome kingdom. There's the fairy kingdom. There's the mineral kingdom. There's the animal kingdom. Have you asked any of these kingdoms for support? No. Duh. Why didn't I ask for help from all these kingdoms? I could be having a whole lot easier time in this life if I just asked for some help from some of these kingdoms. So this is what I did. I went out on my patio, natural environment. This is what I would offer for you to do this in a natural environment. I went out on my patio and I sat down and I got in contact with the fairy kingdom. And I got in contact with the gnome kingdom. And I got in contact with the mineral kingdom. And I got in contact with the animal kingdom. And I got in contact, of course, with the angelic kingdom. And I asked them, fairies, fairy kingdom, I desire your support and help. I am a benevolent being on the planet with a very big soul mission to accomplish. I cannot do it alone. There is much that I have to do. I've been kind to nature. I love nature. I protect Mother Nature with all that I think, say, and do. And I send love to Mother Nature because the fairy kingdom is very concerned about your relationship with the Earth Mother. Don't ask the fairy kingdom to help you if you're a logger and you go around chopping down trees all the time. No. Bring your consciousness into alignment with these kingdoms. And, I profess my love. I professed my love for Earth Mother and for all that Earth Mother gives us, the beautiful healing herbs from Earth Mother, the beautiful healing trees, the bushes, the plants, the flowers, the flower essences, the essential oils, the minerals, the beautiful stones that all come from the Earth Mother, the metals that have formed some of the most powerful objects that we use in magic. Asked the fairy kingdom for help. The fairy kingdom said yes. Yay! Asked the gnome kingdom. I get along well with the gnome kingdom. I love gnomes. And I asked the gnome kingdom for help. Yes. They said yes. Asked the mineral kingdom for help. I knew they were already on my side. They were already helping me. They've been helping me for years on this walk as a magical person. I have tons and tons and tons of stones. Yes. Angelic kingdom. Yes, of course the angelic kingdom is going to help you. Of course. What else would they do? Now, I just want to put a little caveat with the fairy kingdom. because the fairies, little mischief going on there. They can be spicy. One day, me and my daughter were walking outside, and she was going to take out the trash. So she had this bag of trash, and we were living in this place where you had to take out your trash and you walk past bushes to get to the trash. Well, as she was walking, she was swinging the trash bag and she was swatting the bushes as she was walking. Now, she's very in touch with the fairy kingdom. She's very in touch with the vampire kingdom. She's very in touch with the gnome kingdom. And she's very much in touch with the troll kingdom as well. So her and the trolls have this thing going on whenever she goes over a bridge, because there's trolls under every bridge. There's trolls at every bridge, whether you can see them or not. Trust me on this. There are trolls at every bridge. So she goes by the bridges, and so she has communication with the troll kingdom. So different people, different souls. You feel an affinity to different kingdoms, go to wherever you feel an affinity. If you like gnomes, go to the gnome kingdom. If you like fairies, go to the fairy kingdom. If you like dragons, do the dragon kingdom. If you like angels, go to the angel kingdom. If you like minerals and stones and your crystals, go to the mineral kingdom. There's so many kingdoms. There's an abundance of help for you in the universe. An abundance of help. It's for you to tap into these energies and these vibrational offerings from the kingdom so that you can get help. So my daughter was swatting the bushes as she was walking with her bag of trash. The fairies didn't like that. They tripped her. She fell. And we both looked at each other, and both of us at the same time said, the fairies got you. You know, we just knew it instinctively. That the fairies, it's like a little, they're mischievous, and they kind of have like a little, they'll remind you to be kind to Mother Earth, and sometimes you might get a little hurt or scratched up in it. Be careful working with the fairy kingdom. A word to the wise is sufficient. So I asked all and I love the fairy kingdom. I adore the fairy kingdom. And so I asked all these kingdoms for help, and they said yes. And so here we are. Fast forward to the spell. So now, because your life is going to be easier, because you've asked these kingdoms for help, your life is going to be easier because you've asked for supernatural help in many forms. Supernatural help comes in many forms. So you've asked for the supernatural help. You're going to get it. If the kingdom says yes to you, you're now going to get more help. Now you'll notice something. This is what I noticed after that day. One day I was walking like on an incline. It was on grass, and it was kind of steep. And there were rocks there too. And I was walking. I had on my sneakers. I noticed that my descent down that path was so much easier and lighter, and my foot was more steady on the path after I'd asked. I knew the fairies were helping me. You've got to know that the help that you've asked for, you've got to now be in tune to the subtle energies so that now you are experiencing the help that you asked for. You knew what was coming. You had faith when you asked. You had trust that these kingdoms are at your disposal, and that you can create a beautiful symbiotic relationship with them. And so you do. There you go. Back to the spell. So I wanted to give you that background information on the spell. So I have the help of the mineral kingdom. I have the help of the fairy kingdom. I have the help of the butterfly nation, the elephant nation, the kingdom of animals, the animal kingdom. So this is what I did. My witch and my Christian, they were fighting each other. They didn't get along. So here you have one standing on this side, one standing on this side. The witch over here, the Christian over here. And they're not trying to make, and be together and be integrated into one beautiful whole. You have a standoff, and you have two things going on in your consciousness. Now you got witch on one side, Christian on the other side. That is a very spiritually precarious place to be. You can't be authentic. Why? Because you're always trying to figure out which side you're supposed to be on. Are you with the witches or are you with the Christians? And then when you're with the Christians, you're hoping the witches don't get mad, or you're hoping the witch in you doesn't show. But when you're with the witches, you're hoping that you don't tell the witches that you're the Christians, because they're going to be like, oh, they killed us before. You're going to be, It's like a ping pong ball back and forth. That's a spiritual disaster. That's where I was. And it was difficult living there. You can't be authentic. You can't be the real you. Why? Because you don't know who to be. You don't know who to be in any given moment. You always got duality going on. You got two different things going on, and you're confused, and you can't live your purpose, and you can't be real with people, and you don't know what to say around who, and you're tipping around on eggshells. Don't do that. So I couldn't figure out how to get these two to doing something other than being like this. And my teachers told me integrity, authenticity, integrity. What does integrity mean? Now, most people think integrity means telling the truth. That's part of integrity. That's not all of integrity. Integrity. Let's go back to when I was little in Harlem. So I'm in Harlem, and there used to be fires. A fire would break out. You know, this is like 60s and 70s. I was little. Buildings were fire traps back then. Not anymore, not now. But back before we knew about fire safety, there was no fire alarm. There was no don't smoke in bed. People were smoking in bed. They fall asleep. The cigarette gets on. That's like the biggest thing that used to happen. It seemed like somebody, he was smoking in bed. And then they're smoking in bed, and then the bed catch on fire. The whole place catch on fire. Everything's on fire. Then the firemen come, and the firemen go up to the top of the building. And what do? They throw all the furniture out the window. I never knew why they did that. They busted up everything. They threw all the furniture out the window. And we just see, there go the firemen. If the firemen come, you ain't going to have no more furniture, because they are throwing everything out the window. There must be some very good purpose for that. I didn't go to fire school, so I don't know what that means. But anyway, I think it's very necessary. It's a good thing. So when the whole thing was done and all the furniture was out, half burnt and half wet on the street, and all the people weren't living in the building anymore, the fire department declared the building condemned. This is if the building was at that place. This building is condemned. What does that mean? It means the building has lost its integrity. It means it has lost its ability to stand as one complete whole. It means that it's falling apart, and it could fall apart at any moment. And if it fell apart with you in it, that's a hazard. That's what integrity means. That you are not standing as a complete whole, firm, solid within yourself as one. You have this thing going on, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Does any of this sound familiar? Are you getting what I'm talking about here? Yeah, I think so. Well, let's now get to the juicy part, the spell, what to do about it. So, I said to my witch, okay, witch, give me your predominant symbol. I need a symbol from you, witch. Give me your symbol. And she said, the deck. My tarot deck, okay? So today's choice, I picked my card today was the Empress. So the tarot deck. The tarot deck was her main instrument. That's her main symbol. Okay. Christian, give me your main symbol, please. The Bible. Not just any Bible. The Jehovah's Witness Bible. It had to be the Jehovah's Witness Bible. It had to be that. So that's the first part of the spell. You got to ask your witch, whatever those two energies are. You know what they are. Those two energies that are fighting. Is it a witch fighting a Christian? Is it a magician fighting a Christian? Is it whatever it is? Those two entities within you. You've got to ask them, what's your main symbol? This physical, something you can feel and manipulate. The deck. Okay, what's yours? The Bible. All right, I got them. Here's where it gets good. You take these two and you integrate them. So how did I do it? I opened this Bible and I took this deck and I said to this deck, okay, you tell me where you go in the Bible. And I opened the Bible and I put a card in everywhere that scripture said to go in. I put it in wherever the Bible, and soon my whole Bible looked like this. I'm going to do it for you right here. It had tarot cards all in it. It had tarot cards on almost every page, right? Now, I just sat there in silence, and I just put the deck together with the Bible. Now, once all the cards, these are kind of bunched up in a place, but I'm going to tell you, they were all mixed in through the whole Bible, right? And now, here's the Bible with all the tarot cards in it, and it was really fat. So I took this, and then I took this. This is my Inner Visions tag, my name tag from ministerial training. And I have my integrity, because my intention is to come into integrity, okay? Not do this two thing anymore, to do the one step. I take my card, I put it inside the tag, okay? There you got integrity, Valerie. This is Minister Valerie. I'm going to take this Bible now, and what I did was I took it and I wrapped it around, sealed this sucker up, okay? Oh, we're going to get some integrity here. Wrapped it all up. Now, because you have secured the help of the animal kingdom, the next thing I did was I took this cloth right here. Okay? If you can see this cloth is a cloth with butterflies on it. I'm going to show it to you very closely. Can you see that? All right, can you see these butterflies all over it? This cloth is the color of the third eye. You see, as a witch, as a magical person, your third eye must be open. That's your spiritual vision. That's how you're seeing things. That's how you're seeing angels. That's how you're seeing ascended masters, teachers. This is how you communicate. You know, this is your portal for seeing, so that you can really see what's really going on. So that's the color. I then took my nice spiced up Bible with the tarot deck in it, and I wrapped it in the cloth. So here we're going to wrap it. Very lovely. We're going to wrap it up. Okay. Wrap it. So I'm showing you this in a few moments. This was a ritual that I did. And then you're going to pray over it. You hold it to your heart. You're going to pray over it. And you're going to pray over these two symbols with the intention that it comes into integrity, with the intention that you experience oneness, wholeness within yourself. Yes? Then I took this and I put it under my altar. I had an altar with a white altar.